clear. Uh, the art of international diplomacy has found a resplendent species to notably expand new strategies, methodologies, and educational enhancement that strengthen the commendable effort of the various public and the private institutions. This effort aims to imperative transcend the noble art of dialogue of the spirited decision of negotiations, of in the name of maximizing the benefit corresponding to the diverse sectors, must demand such indispensable acts of the universal reasoning. To date, the hating to rigs on contemporary breezes once against place on the altar of the scrutiny by the king and luminous science of the world, the major global risk, stemming profoundly from the recent conflicts in the Middle East between the government of Israel on the reliance forces of Hamas, Chiapas, with the ongoing warfare between the Iranian government and the Hague military authorities of the Russian government. Equally concerning is the turbulence shaking the tranquility of the planet's behavings and the persistence and inextricable and consequence of the military's shadow looming over the Tanzanian landscape and me winning diplomatic relations with the Chinese governments. All of these falls without the overlooking this powerful rhythmic present in the global spectacle of the overwhelming scientific and commercial back over microprocessor productions and likewise the rapid manufacturing of electric vehicles and race to dismantle the expansionist aims of the major corporate players and the hand of both legendary superpowers currently leading the planet. Among those extraordinary significant challenges that pose a severe threat to global peace. In light of these recent and consequential events, it becomes essential to recognize the extraordinary value of the renowned colleague James Sebenius, who from Harvard University is reconstructing with discipline, level of intellectual swiftness in core foundations of negotiation science, casting light upon the cloudy moments where humanity too frequently stumbles, evoking a true guidance on wisdom to eliminate the present states of the world. In response to such vast intellectual effort to share his known wisdom, we express our deepest gratitude for his powerful volitional endeavors. We speak format to the establishment of this enlightening activity and the far the richer of the globes, supported by an extensive and varied network of the profound contemplation that strives tirelessly to intertwine with the core of his brilliant research where that is made the with great celebration of his our authentic scientific reflections. in reconfiguring certain cornering on the analytical board of the universal science when it comes to understanding alternative pathways to the weight to the mixed fortunes that further change the weighted foundation on living bloom. I will now briefly outline of few contributions the guided by might and way-bearing vocation for rational inventions to help review the blazing architectural structure of negotiation that so imperative shape our early era. We return therefore to the great treatises of millenary wisdom that once in the humanity comes and hands through the beautiful virtues of the reigns of the science and the arts, advancing boldly and fervently toward times yet to come by improvisations and barbarisms now done defensively in every direction. Well, without blinking under the attentive waves of the philosophical lens, we can find among the summit of the Hippocrates and Plato thoughts resplendent amors that allows of the glance within in the emotional dimension and substantial foundation to nobly intervene in difficult negotiations merging their methods and strategic with the wins of reality that declared from the imposing mountains to Protagorean wisdom. Uh, however, uh, placing the gambling weak of empathy in a stellar position and guarding of him the reality between both parties that emotionally converge within the negotiation process, for it becomes indispensable for the negotiator to involve he portrays behind the initial substantial impressions in order to boldly locate the insular points of agreement and preference, the face of the vast difference that enveloped human biographics to elegantly amplify the case and dynamics of negotiations, detecting within both the catalog of the wounds in the annals of the past new paths on exam and enhance the advancing affair, closing the plosive processes of dialogue and negotiation with unfolding touch in each specific circumstance. Here lies the immortal repeat that tried without slowdowns or hesitations through the various centuries that in stock in void of universal history drivel unforgettable and triumph illegal bastic between monarchies empires, viceroys, and hig barracks were windings commercial extract, and under our infinite ferments to enclave sword and zigzag English restore the beautiful flower of how along the overpass or truth, the temperance, mutual respect, and undeniable fraternity. In that pleasant rings were the gigs of the listening weeks, the great attention to the value sounds, the pieces of the dialogue deserve to be received in tune of the district voices on the human emotions to exchange each veterans of farfistic mile of why or suck of this theme for the values a crown of truth, and to reflect the means of the deeply project bring with the adorned victory that far exceeds the strategic missions. Moreover, the dimensional pillars of the trend of the negotiation wisdoms are deeply in this recent and eminent exposition of our distinguished colleague James Sebenius will sort the truth of the human history and the fervent dialogic crucible to cultivate to events that decide to bear of the remains the painful foundation of the back agreements of the rapid optimism, the benefit of the golden terms of the those us who tirelessly dedicate ourselves to the cultivation of peace and the resolution of the complex conflicts across of the continents. Fling the soul in the wild of the purse Waysip vocation in the sea hours words an intention to cast prominent light into the world's most difficult problems. We won't return to the classic journeys of the triumphant negotiator to condense their promises and hopes into mentally transforming any life problem into an objectively fruitful opportunity without admitting intransigence. Ninth century of the university revealed to that the power of negotiation. Knowledge deserves the utmost care from those who carry this thread of the past and the deep future. For reason related to temporal science, we should to transcend with their exemplary and hybrid civilization mission, confirmed by their honorable virtual presence, and our prestigious University of Buenos Aires, where the calice of the talent and opportunity government, the leads us to solid position regarding current issues within the government of the United States of America. It's indispensable of the recognize that friendship, that collaboration represent the heritage link in the contemporary worlds and we can create within everyone and persuasive consciences that returns international relations to better faith, procreating the values of negotiation to mitigate tension between in United States and China, seeking the common ties that united us in the face of the surprising political and cultural difference. I believe it will also be timely and unique occasion for me to explore the possibility to improving my diplomatic relation with your government and embarking on new academic and professional activities that will allow us to engage in many joint research projects, bringing more happiness and wisdom to new individuals who need the commitment of dialogue and good faith within their destinies. Allow me to wear was gained on the numerous academic projects and the legs of the right to a much better future, not only for those who represent us globally, but for those of the who can truly improve in the magnificent destinies of wonderful human being. Would you kindly grant us the opportunity to continue delving into these topics, building bridges of alliance between both of our planetary institutions? I renew my heartfelt congratulations. As always, I foresee many blessed days ahead in your calendar, accompanied by the blessed grace of the unparalleled power of Hashem, and we frequent the Olympian frontiers of victory and wisdom. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you for those lovely words, and I hope that the actions of your people and your government, and frankly, the actions of my people, and especially my current government, shift more toward the role of negotiation than the role of confrontation, because I think there's a far greater value for everyone in that regard. This has been a great honor to have the chance to speak with you. Unfortunately, I have to teach a class in a very few minutes. So my students, unfortunately, I'm going to have to sign off, but with appreciation for this opportunity and for your words. And I hope that they're helpful. I will send you a few of the slides that I used, and I hope that they're helpful resources for you. So thank you very much. I have to actually go in front of a class now. So.
Thank you so very much for your brilliant participation, for your deeply knowledge about this theme for the future of humanity. Through participation in the Harvard University is very hope for the community academic in this moment and other moment in the humanity. Thank you so very much for your work, for your time, for your talent, Brylan, in this moment.
Well, thank you very much. Ciao.
Ciao, hasta pronto.